Hi, welcome to Liz Faye Lifestyle, where we create empowered women content. I'm Liz. I run a publishing company, and we publish books for women empowerment, basically. I've been meaning to start this channel for a while to really talk about my passion for women empowerment and how Liz Faye Lifestyle came to be. We were actually founded in 2017, and it initially started as like an online magazine. But I definitely have always had a passion for writing books, so that's kind of where we're at now. So I wanted to talk today about what is an empowered woman brand. And I've been thinking a lot about this, and I don't know of any company that comes to mind um, that is positioned as an empowered woman brand the way Liz Faye Lifestyle is. Uh, I I know that there are campaigns, like Dove has done a campaign before, and many other like prominent companies that have products that have been out there and doing their thing. They were previously not an empowered women brand, but have since come to create campaigns since the Me Too movement. And I think that there's this misconception of a lack of money in the market for this. Maybe they feel that people won't pay a premium for empowered women things. Um, and I think that's such a misconception. That's so untrue. And I found this article actually that I want to talk to you guys about, and talks about brands that are actually positioned to try to empower women. They're actually doing things. They're making it their social cause, which is similar to what we're doing as well. And they prove that with their dollars, their revenue, and they use that revenue to fuel causes that help women around the world. And branded collective jewelry that empowers survivors of trafficking in the USA. This is so near and dear to my heart. Um, on our website, we talk a bit about this and about the awful things that happen to women, and just the frequency of it is incredible and it's overwhelming. Branded Collective is a jewelry brand providing job training and employment to survivors of human trafficking in Nashville. While based in Tennessee, Branded Collective works with survivors who have been trafficked throughout the US and internationally. Branded Collective's jewelry is connecting survivors to consumers through their messages of hope. When a customer purchases a piece of jewelry, they are able to register their unique number, read a bit about the survivor who made their piece, and send her a message of hope to empower her. So incredible, so freaking incredible, amazing. I'm based in Columbus, Ohio, so obviously USA. This is like my hometown. Tennessee actually isn't that far from here. And it's like 2 states away. So I mean, this is just so incredible. They're clearly committed to empowered women, to empowering women. Round and Square feminist tees empowering women. Round and Square's ethical clothing supports equal rights, sustainability, and transparent supply chains. Round and Square clothing is crafted using organic cotton and donates 10% of profits to Equality Now, a nonprofit fighting for legal rights for women and girls around the world. Absolutely. Love to see it. Mali designs ethical and sustainable accessories empowering women in Cambodia. As part of the Fair Trade Federation, Malia Designs is a socially responsible brand that designs and sells fair trade handbags and accessories. Malia Designs products are handcrafted in Cambodia by fair trade producer groups, mainly employing at-risk women and the disabled community members. Every purchase helps to fight human trafficking through their donations and nonprofit partnerships. Bags are crafted using responsible materials such as recycled cement bags, upcycled cotton, and more. Daisy LA, celebrating feminism with bold design and slow fashion. Daisy LA celebrates slow fashion and feminism through art, apparel on a mission to empower women through conversation and community. Their retro inspired feminist pieces are made to order in LA. Their bold graphic tees encourage conversation about feminism, empowerment, inclusion, and more. Their slow fashion and zero waste efforts are leading the way for other brands striving to be conscious. Amazing. No, this is like This combines two really big social causes. It's feminism, but the slow fashion part. Fast fashion has been had such a huge impact on the environment, and unfortunately, it's countries like the U.S. and the UK, like these overindulgent countries that are really pushing this issue further than it needs to go. Fast fashion is just such a huge problem, and the fact that this company combines these two issues and makes a connection, trying to solve like two problems at once. It's really really great. Fair Anita investing in the future of women. Fair Anita invests in the future of women around the world through artisan empowerment. Fair Anita currently works with 8,000 artisans in 16 different countries, creating fair trade goods and paying artisans three times the minimum wage. Love it. Love it. Swahili Coast, worker owned co ops in East Africa. Swahili Coast works with worker owned co ops that use fair trade practices and have positive working environments while focusing on bringing the incredible artistry and talents of East African artisans to global markets. Swahili Coast works mainly with women artisans who are the sole breadwinners for their families, which is why the worker owned co op is so important. With Swahili Coast's Power Over Pity motto, they're empowering women through employment and community. Beautiful. Just like it just makes you so excited. So excited that people care this much. And it's so important that people care and they're showing it through action. Put your money where your mouth is. Able, ethical fashion, empowerment, and ending generational poverty. Able employs and empowers women living in developing countries while encouraging economic growth, reducing poverty. Women are paid fair wages and provided with a safe work environment, allowing them to grow individually and support their families. Able is continuously working to end generational poverty and advocate for ethical fashion. I love the connection. First of all, ending poverty. What and generational poverty at that. What a goal for anyone, even in America, even in UK. Like, just what a goal for anyone to go through. So the fact that they're even focusing on that, but also making the connection between fashion and woman empowerment, and knowing that there's a connection there. You know, um, and it's not sexist to say that there is such a huge connection with women in fashion. Like they derive so much self-worth and like connection to it. It's why fast fashion is so profitable, and it's also why women tend to spend a lot of money on clothes. So, me included. Thistle Farms Survivor Made Products. Thistle Farms is a brand of natural home and body products handcrafted by survivors of addiction, prostitution, human trafficking. Thistle Farms employment program is just one of many ways this social enterprise is empowering women. Love that. Thanks. Ooh, I used to be an ambassador for Thanks. It was like one of the first brands that I found. I used to be an influencer back in 2018, 2019, for a short while. Um, and for anyone who thinks it's not a job, it takes up a lot of time. So I've since veered away from that. But Thinks was one of the brands that reached out to me and their cause, and I fell in love with this company, and I own several of their underwears, obviously. Thinks period panties are a sustainable alternative to pads that also give back to women in need. Thinks works to provide period products to communities who do not have access to menstrual products. Through Thinks' Every Body program, they work with schools and nonprofits to empower young people with medically accurate and inclusive information about their changing bodies. See, I read an article a few years ago and it was just so heartbreaking about it was this prison in, I think it was Texas, somewhere in the US, and uh, there were these women who didn't have access to menstrual products, and they were like just like walked around bleeding through their clothes and begging guards for extra pads because they only got a certain amount. First of all, why is there a limit? But also, I also don't believe that these things should cost money. I think these things should be free. So, Things was one of those companies that really touched my heart and really made me think about eventually starting a nonprofit like this because, having your period's already hard. It's so like, why does it have to be demeaning? Why does it have to be demeaning as well? Darza, empowering low income and refugee women in Palestine. Darza is an ethical shoe and accessory brand working to create job opportunities for refugees and low income women artisans in Palestine. Darza works to cherish the Tatriz embroidery, and Palestine heritage through their product designs. Each purchase of Darza goods supports training and employment programs on the West Bank. I love it. Like the connection between empowering women and ending poverty. A lot of women around the world are impoverished, even in the US because they're not, they're typically not the breadwinners traditionally. The Tote Project Fair Trade Tote Bags and Pouches. The Tote Project creates fair trade organic cotton pouches and tote bags made by survivors of human trafficking. These ethically made accessories are crafted in a fair trade certified factory using eco conscious materials. Pouches are made with 100% organic cotton and lined with recycled sari with a braided recycled sari tassel. The Tote Project also gives a portion of their proceeds to Two Wings, a nonprofit mentoring at risk youth and survivors of trafficking. That's just amazing, and also gorgeous tote bags. I'm a bag person. I love tote bags and um, beautiful and meaningful, and I love that. Um, the books I write are really centered on this, and reading the stats and looking into researching for my writing, um, it just gives you such a heart for women in these situations and really puts things into perspective. All right, so that's the end of the list. And I'm sure there are many more that I'm just not personally aware of, but I don't think of all the ones that we went through today, I've only ever heard of Thanks before. The rest, you don't hear it. They're smaller brands that are pushing this narrative, and it's really sad that these larger brands aren't taking a page out of that book. I hope that changes in the future. Shout out to the Honest Consumer. Um, I This website is mostly about. Let's see, I think it's listed here. It's mostly about ethical, like spending, ethical clothing, ethical fashion. It's mostly geared toward that. But like I said, there is connection, and I like that these brands made a connection between fashion and women empowerment. Thanks so much for watching today. And let me know what you guys think and if you want to hear more about this. Um, I know that I have a burning desire for women empowerment. And I know that there must be people out there like me as well. And I also know that women empowerment isn't the Hollywood led circus that it is. It's a much deeper issue, and these are issues that need to be talked about. And I know that I want to spend my money, any extra dollars I have, I want to spend. I'm trying to spend less money anyway, so I would like to spend it on brands that are making this kind of difference, and talking about brands that are making this kind of difference. And I'm I'm building a company that is centered in this as well. But like I said, it's always small companies. I have a very small publishing company, and these companies are on the smaller side. They're nowhere near, Walmart or Dove, and we need to show these other brands that we're worth investing in. Women are worth investing in. Empowering women are worth investing in. Um, you know, we spend the money. We were the ones out there buying this stuff. They should be catering to us, and we have that power. We have that voice, and we need to be pushing this narrative and showing them that we're not going to be bought for anything less. So thanks so much for listening in, and I hope to see you guys soon.